continuing review of Palooza, Madison Horror Film Festival films, we got two more shorts on the chopping block today. First one is Meet the Leaches, brought to us by Drew Britton, who directed this film, and it's a short story. It tells a story out in the middle of the farmland where we get some crazy guys wearing masks who apparently are killers, and one of them has brought home a body to the family. That's basically what Meet the Leaches is. It's only 9 minutes long. Check out my interview with Drew Britton, where he talks about this film. It basically was a project for him and a group of people in school, and so you can kind of tell it has that feel. Now, the first half of this film, I really enjoyed the setup. The crazy guys with the masks kind of had that Texas Chainsaw Massacre hillbilly horror feel to it, but the look of it definitely had kind of that 70s horror film look to it, and I really liked some of the camera work they did, and especially the opening where we get sound effects before we see what's going on. So that really kind of pulls you into the story. And the first half of this 9-minute short I really enjoyed, but the last few minutes it kind of not falls apart, but just you end up feeling shorter, because it ends up being a body in the silo and the two crazy guys with masks laughing about it for the most part, maniacally and very well, but that's basically kind of how it ends. And so I was kind of disappointed with where it ended on that note. I would have liked to see a little bit more. In fact, I wish they would have had a bigger budget, because I kind of like these characters, these batshit crazy killer characters, and wanted to see more of the Leaches. So it did leave me wanting more, but the ending kind of left me flat. Now, when they do the credit sequence at the very end, definitely had that 70s horror feel to it. The soundtrack to it as well definitely captured the essence of a 70s horror, so they do accomplish that as well. But I just would have liked to see a little bit different ending to it, and that's the only thing that I really didn't care for with Meet the Leaches. Now, you have The Guest, which was also a short, and it stars Corey Sorensen and Sarah Goldstein, and it was written, edited, and directed by Sam Sorensen. Hey, it's an independent film. You find their talent where you can, even if they're fellow family members. Now, in this case, we get The Guest, the story of a couple who have a baby who had died for a little bit after it was born, but brought back to life, and now it appears this baby brought back something with it from the afterlife, and it has been kind of tormenting the parents all along. Yes, this is a psychological paranormal type of thriller to it. It is a low budget film, so there's not a whole lot of effects. In fact, most of the effects are these creepy noises that come across the baby monitor when the baby is sleeping in its crib, okay? So, I like that. I would have liked to see a few more things go on with the whole possession thing and the demon in the house sort of angle. I would like to see a few more examples than a couple doors slamming and sound effects on the baby monitor. But they do open it and end it very dramatically, okay? So the bookends of the film were done really well, and the acting's decent too, and the baby's just adorable as well. You can't imagine anything bad happening with this baby. The dialogue is alright. The actors do great with the dialogue that they have. Little bit cheesy and cliche in parts, but for the most part, it worked within the context of the film. The Guest is a decent film, and it definitely has a shocking ending and goes where Hollywood normally wouldn't with a film like this. So you can check it out if you want. I think it's online. If not, find the festival and check out The Guest for yourself. It is worth a watch. It is entertaining, and I really loved that concept. I would have kind of liked to see a little bit more creepy things go on in the house, but that's just me. And that'll about do it for us here at The Final Cut. As always, keep that ticket stub.